by filling in the same information we did yesterday. F of x is just the same thing as y. So don't be freaked out when you see that. This is the same thing as y equals x squared. It's just another way to write the output. Okay, guys, what is a? What number is in front of x squared? 1. What is b? 0. What's c? 0.
Where do you guys send the 3?
It's right next to where it says 1.
Oh.
F of x. Same thing as y equals x squared. Okay, let's find the vertex. The formula to find the axis of symmetry is x equals negative b over 2a. I need to see the work for this. In our case, b is 0, so you'll do negative 0 over 2 times a. What's a? 1. So you're doing 0 divided by 2. What's 0 divided by anything? 0. If your b value is 0, then your axis of symmetry is going to be 0. So axis of symmetry, the equation for that line is x equals 0. A is positive, so does it open up or down? Up. And since it opens up, like a smiley face, will the vertex be a max or min? Min at the bottom. Just like we did yesterday, now you need to take 0 and plug it into your equation to get y. You're placing x with 0. Y equals 0 squared. What is 0 squared? 0. That's easy. This is actually called the parent function. This is the most basic version of a parabola. It's centered at 0. It's got its vertex at 0, 0, and it's perfectly symmetrical from that point. Oh, I just put the vertex as y equals 0. That's wrong. It's a point, right? 0, 0. Excuse me. Okay. That's pretty much all the solving you have to do. Right now, we're going to go, we've found the axis of symmetry, we found the vertex. Plug the vertex in the middle row of the table. So smack dab in the middle, it's going to go right here. X is 0, y is 0. That's your bottom point. Now we're going to use our graphing calculator to get the other points. And this is where you're going to say thank you to both me and your graphing calculator. Go to your graphing calculator, and I need you to, right now, I would just watch what's on the board. You are going to click the y equals button. It's very possible you've ended up there by accident several times before. Now we're actually going to use it. Click y equals. In the top, very, very top left, it'll take you to a screen that looks like this. Do you see that? Okay. What this is a place for you to type in equations that this graphing calculator will then graph for you. Okay? The buttons that you need to click, there's this weird button right here. It says X, T, beta, N. You see that? It's weird. It's right next to where it says alpha. You see it? Click it. That's the variable button. So now it should say y equals x. But I don't want just y equals x, we want y equals x squared, right? So y equals x squared, the x squared button is right here, where it says x squared. It's right above where it says log. So to square that, you click this x squared button. So now it looks like this. Raise your hand if you need help. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you two things. First, let's go ahead and look at the graph. So go look at the graph. When you're done graphing your parabola, this is what it should look like. Do you see that? So click on the graph button, which is the very, very top right. Click very top right, which is graph. That's what it should look like. If your parabola looks super different, you did it wrong. Okay? But what we need right now is actually the points. To get the points, to fill in the table, what button are we going to click?
Table.
Table! Guys, this is the best thing ever. We're confused how to click table. It's right above graph, so you have to click second and then graph. Second, graph to get the table. What? This is amazing. Now, I need you to find the vertex. The vertex is at 0, 0, right? The vertex is in the middle. You need to pick 4 more points that are immediately surrounding the vertex. So right now, if yours is like mine, the vertex is at the very top. Is that how yours is? The vertex needs to be in the middle. If it's not like that, key up until the vertex, you can see more points. You're going to choose these. So 0, 0 is my vertex. We know that. The other points that we're going to use are immediately surrounding it. What do you notice about the y values? They're the same. Because the parabola is a mirror image. And so you know you got your vertex right if it's there and then around it, it has a mirror image. So let's fill in the table on our notes now. You have that right in front of you. So on our notes, we're going to put, let's see, it was -1, 1, and fill it in the exact same order. -1, 1, and above that was -2, 4, 1, 1, 2, 4. You have filled in the table. How lovely is that? Okay, all you got to do now is graph these points. So this is x, y combinations. We're going to graph 0, 0 right at the origin. You do have to graph, I expect to see 5 points from you, at least. If you want to graph more than that, that's great. But you can't just look at the graph screen and then like try to approximate what it looks like. I actually have to see points. You can double check your work with your graphing calculator, that's fine, but I need to see the points. And then -1 or 1, 1, it's right here, 2, 4, -1, 1, -2, 4. You guys, you point out right now, it looks like a V right now. It's not. Don't connect it with the pointed lines. Make it curvy. It's a parabola. So it looks like this. It should be like a smiley face. Opens up. Mine isn't perfect, but it's close. We put arrows on the ends of that. Last thing you're going to list for me is a domain, range, and y-intercept. Domain is from left to right. Does it ever stop from left to right?
Nope.
What do we say then?
All real.
All real numbers, which is what your answer is always going to be for a parabola like this. Every single time. The range is where you have to pay attention. Range is from lowest to highest. Where does the range start? 0, and then it keeps going up. So we say y values greater than or equal to 0. It's everything above or equal to 0. And just like yesterday, your y-intercept is your c value. In our case, that's 0. So, and you could look at it on your graph. My y-intercept is clearly 0, 0. Okay, so that's the basic process. You get to use your graphing calculator to fill in the blanks. One more thing we need to answer before we move on. We'll do one more together. I'll probably have you try the last one on your own. This graph is increasing, going up on which side right now? The right side. So that's everything greater than 0. Because over here it's going up. So it's increasing. It is decreasing on this side because it's from left to right. this is decreasing. So we say it's decreasing when x is less than 0. Okay, we're doing one more together. All right. Oh, and you do have a picture of increasing and decreasing here. So to the left of the vertex is going to be decreasing, to the right is increasing. Awesome. Okay. Let's find ABC, and then we'll do the axis symmetry and vertex. What's A? -1. What's B? -8. And C? -17. So x equals negative b over 2a. B right now is negative. So you're going to change it to positive 8. Ugh. So negative b over 2a. I'm struggling. So instead of -8, you'll put positive 8 over 2 times a, which is -1. So you do it 8 divided by -2. Which is -4. That's your axis of symmetry. X equals -4. Now you need to plug in to get the vertex. Yes? It would not. So because this is negative b, you're going to change the sign of the b. It was negative before, now it's positive. Good question. Now you plug in. Y equals negative times -4 squared minus 8 times -4 minus 17. If you want, you could type this in your calculator all at once. If it works. So I could go back to my main screen and my calculator. To get there, I would need to quit. So you do second mode to quit. You can type in negative, and then in parentheses, -4, close the parentheses. We're using the squared button, which is the same place it was before, down here. Squared. Minus 8 times -4 in parentheses minus 17. But that negative sign at the front does have to be a negative sign. It can't be a subtraction sign. These are subtraction signs. Notice the difference? They'll be like little dashes. If you could type it in correctly, you should get -1. Is that what we got?
Yeah.
That'll save you some time. We know our y value is -1. Does anybody need assistance typing in their calculator correctly? Okay, so you know your vertex now? It is -4, -1. We just found that y was -1 when you type that in. I do need to see this work written out though. So write it out and then give me the answer. -4, -1 is your vertex. It would open what? Up or down? Down. That a value is negative, so it has a maximum for a vertex. This is the part where you get to type in your graphing calculator now, and it gives you the rest of the table. Our vertex goes here, right in the middle. So we're going to get the other values. So you need to go back to y equals. Okay. Do we care about this equation anymore? We're done with it, right? Clear. We don't care about it. You're going to type in a new one. you are typing in negative x squared minus 8x minus 17. Negative x squared minus, not the negative sign, this is minus sign, minus 8x. Remember, to get the x, use that weird one that looks like xt theta n. It's weird. Minus 17. You can do a couple things right now. First thing I would do is get the points. So I would go to the table. You do that by doing second graph. We know our vertex is at negative 4, 1, so you got to go there. Negative 4, 1 is right here. That's your vertex. You want the other 4 points surrounding that. They should be mirror images. Negative 5, negative 2. Because it's a symmetrical graph. If you need help getting to that point, let me know.
Oh, I couldn't help
Negative x squared. X squared. And then squared. Minus 8x. Minus 17. Okay, and then you can get the table by doing the second graph. And then key up until you get to your vertex, you have points around. Anybody else? Negative x squared. X squared. Minus 8x. Minus 17. Good. Now you can go to the table by doing the second graph. And then go up until you see x squared. Okay, you're missing the square. You can add it back in, you do insert, so second, get that insert, square right after that. X squared. Your values, fill them in, graph them. You should get the following values. And then both of these are going to be negative 2, negative 5 as well. Once you have your table filled in, graph those 5 points, please. And then you got to tell me domain, range, where is it increasing, where is it decreasing. You can double check your work by looking at the actual graph on your graphing calculator. If it doesn't look like that, then something is wrong. So my 5 points will be here. So here are my 5. I need to see your points very clearly. You can't just approximate where they are. So those are the 5 points in my table, and you can double check that again by clicking the graph button. Notice how I can check mine with what I have. Yes, those look the same. So I've done it right. What's my domain?
All real numbers.
All real numbers, always. My y values are everything less than or equal to -1. So y value is less than or equal to the vertex, everything below that. Your y-intercept is your c value. What's your c? -17, so 0, -17. You can't see it on there, but you can actually see it in your table. It's decreasing. This one's weird. Where is it decreasing?
Right side.
The right side. So everything greater than -4, x value is greater than -4. It is increased, sorry, I did that wrong. Hold on. That was the decreasing. Here we go. Decreasing to the right, it's increasing on the left.
How do you figure that out?
Sure. So if I go from left to right, it's going up this direction, it's going down this direction. So increasing on the left, decreasing on the right. So I know it looks like they're both decreasing, but we go from left to right, going up from left to right, going down from left to right, like a roller coaster, yes. You got one more on this page? Can you please try that one? Go. So I'm going to let you do the entire last one. Go.